Hi YouTube, Watchify here with another video. This is a follow-up to my recent unboxing video of the Seiko Alpinist model SBDC159. I have the Japanese model, but it's the same watch as the international SPB249. This watch is what Seiko is calling a reinterpretation of the original Alpinist Laurel, which was Seiko's first sports watch, and that watch was released in 1959. The Alpinist reinterpretations first appeared in mid-2021 with the release of the SPB241, 243, and 245. The dial colors on those watches were cream, dark gray, and green. They seem to be well received, so Seiko's come out with more models. This blue-dialed SPB249 was released alongside a brown-dialed SPB251 in late 2021. There's also a great looking limited edition SPB259, and that's the one with the dial that's inspired by the cobblestone streets in the Tokyo Ginza district, where Seiko was founded in 1881. As far as this watch, I think you'd be interested in it mainly for its blue dial that has a subtle vertical linen pattern. In low light conditions, it just looks like a dark blue dial, but when the lighting is right, you can see the intricate pattern on the dial. I think this watch is popular because to me it's a simple do-it-all type of watch. If you only wanted to have a single mechanical watch, this watch would be a good choice because you get 200 meters of water resistance, a screw-down crown, a sapphire crystal, and a 70-hour power reserve 6R35 automatic movement. To me, it straddles the line between sports watch and dress watch, as I can picture this watch being worn in the office as much as I could see it being worn during outdoor activities. In terms of the wider Alpinist line, most are probably more familiar with the SPB121 and its numerous variants. This is the one with the rotating inner compass bezel. I have the cream-dialed version of that watch in my collection, and it's been a great watch for me. Seiko has also released a smaller 38mm version, referred to as the Baby Alpinist, without the rotating inner bezel, and I think those have been popular also. The dimensions of this SPB249 are 38.5mm for the case size, 45.9mm for the lug-to-lug distance, and 13mm for the thickness. Some of that thickness is coming from the dome sapphire crystal, however. The lug width is 20mm and the crown is 6.3mm wide. For case finishing, the sides of the case and top of the lugs have a satiny brushing which I haven't really seen before, and I think it looks really good. Most everywhere else the case is polished, which adds to this watch's dressy vibe. There is a see-through screw-down case back where you can get a look at the 6R35 movement in action. I consider the 6R35 an upper mid-tier movement, as you're getting an impressive 70 hours of power reserve. My movement ended up having an accuracy variance when the watch is placed in different positions, but on wrist I found that it's only running about 12 seconds fast per day. The dome sapphire crystal has an anti-reflective coating, and since it's domed, you won't be seeing any cyclops here. The hands are Dauphine shaped and have a brushed and a polished side to them. For me, I really like that they did the second hand in rose gold color because it acts as an accent against the dark blue dial. Indices at 12, 6, and 9 are triangular shapes just as the original Alpinist had, and the rest of the polished indices are rectangles with the exception of the truncated 3 o'clock indice. The hands and indices have Seiko Lumibrite, but Seiko used blue colored lume on this model, which I'm glad they decided to do. The date window is framed and polished, and there's a white date wheel underneath. The Applied Seiko logo, the Prospex logo, and automatic wording are seen on the dial. It also says 20 bar, and I noticed that Seiko refers to the water resistance in bar rather than meters on their non-diver models. This dial has the minute track closer to the center of the dial instead of along the edge like you normally see, and I think that's an interesting visual detail. The oyster style bracelet that comes with this model is pretty standard fare as Seikos in this price range go. It's got a milled scissor section that has a sloped edge, which is something I haven't noticed on my other similar Seiko bracelets. The top of the clasp is the square style that only has 2 micro adjustment holes. Luckily, I was still able to get a pretty good fit on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. The links have an angled and polished section at the top and bottom of the faux center links. That adds something visually to the bracelet, but I find those sections end up showing smudges and fingerprints rather easily. I got my watch from the Sakura website, which I'll leave a link to in the video description. At the time of this video, it's selling for $440 US, which is $310 less than the $750 retail price. At below $500, I think this is a great watch to get. Really versatile in terms of wear. It could be your Monday to Friday watch, but also your weekend watch as well if you really wanted it to. You could go swimming with it and then later go out to a nice dinner wearing it and it wouldn't look out of place. This model is not a limited edition, so it'll be available for the foreseeable future if you wanted to pick one up for yourself. That'll be it for this video. Hopefully you found it interesting or helpful, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. Of course, I wanted to thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.